Welcome back. I'm going to have another go at welding in this new section. I tried last week. If you saw the previous videos, you'd have seen me struggling trying to weld in the wind, and that was no fun. It just close to impossible. It's so slow. Let me just set up a nice smooth flame, and I've turned the pressure up very slightly. More pressure than I would use if I was indoors. There's a very, very slight wind tonight, but nothing that should cause any trouble. Here we go. Okay, a bit more pressure. There we go. A nice sort of cone with a feathery edge and neutral flame. Let me pop on the other glove. You're limited what you can see because I've got it zoomed in on the workpiece here. So there is a let me just pop the file in. There's a plate inside which I need to keep that plate out of the way. That's what the bonnet gets actually fixed to, and I can't make the mistake of welding that in. Now then the flame's changed. I just need to just change the flame slightly, increase the pressure. I need just a less aggressive cone with just a little bit of feathering around the edge. I don't know if the camera's picking it up. There we go. Let's try. Okay, I'm going to try and do this in one go. I'm hoping not to have to. Let's start in the middle here. This was originally a spot weld, so let me get right in there and fill that with filler wire. It's a very slow process. And so there was originally a spot weld here, that's where the rust had sort of started. So I'm filling that in. There we go. Okay, right, let's work along the edge here. Keep the molten pool flowing. There we go. This is a bit easier this week. I can always, once I'm happy the whole thing's welded, I can go back when it's cooled down and just run the torch over just to make sure I've got extra penetration. There we go. Okay, whoop. Move myself out of the way. It's getting a bit hot in that section, so make sure that the mounting plate's still free. I do not need that to be welded in place. I'll have to cut the whole lot out if that gets accidentally welded in. It's getting a bit hot over there, so let's just go somewhere else where the material's not quite so hot. There we go. A lot easier tonight. I'm not struggling with the wind, thankfully. There we go. Let's get a bit more material in this hole here. Once I've got it filled, I can go back later and make sure I've got plenty of penetration. Okay. Whoop. Setting fire to my box. Don't need that. It's quite a hot flame. It's about 2,700 degrees centigrade, so you do get some distortion, but it's such a soft weld. It's easy to dress the weld afterwards to sort of put the shape back in the material. Move the plate out of the way. There we go. Move my arms as well. I'm starting to feel the heat on my arms. There we go. Whoop. Filler wire's stuck. Got a bit of a hole there. Let's get some in this corner down here. There's an awful smell of paint because there is paint on certain parts here, so I'm trying my best not to inhale it, but it goes without saying. Of course I am sucking some into my lungs, but never mind. There we go. That's it. Fantastic. Move myself. Okay, we're nearly there. Filler wire is getting extremely short. There we go. Like I say to you, I can, once I've got this basically in place, and I've got no holes anywhere, I can just run all the way around without, just sort of chase the molten pool about to make sure that I've got exceptional penetration. There we go. I'll let it cool and I'll come back and do that. There we go. Let me just drop that bit of filler wire. I need another one slightly longer. And let's have a look. Change my angle so I've got a better view. Would you believe it? It's starting to rain. I can feel it splattering on my back. I've got the glasses on, so I can't really see anything other than this weld, but I can definitely feel raindrops on my back. It's easier to weld in the rain than it was the wind last week. That was a nightmare. There we go, we're nearly there. Just chasing the molten pool. You don't always need filler wire. Come on, it's welded on, that's it. That's it, get the plate out of the way. I need to move this little seat and I'll get down on my knees here. Just need to plate right out of the way. I'm just going to weld along the edge here. Just going to adjust the flame again. There we go. Because this is the, I put a flange on that wasn't on the original. The paint's burning nicely. There we go. That's about it. Oof. And I need to come in at a different angle, and I've got to weld along here. But I do need a better filler wire. The filler wire is really short. So I'm going to stop here. You get the idea. I think we've largely managed. I'm going to wait for it to cool. I'll file it slightly. Then I'm just going to run along. I'm not going to put any more filler wire in. I'll just chase the molten pool all the way around to sort of smooth this off and make sure we've got really good penetration. But we're largely there. We're largely there.